But the key to putting is consistency. Anyone can occasionally sink a great putt. The trick is to do it time and time again.
Now we reach the green. Let's use the most important club, the putter. Let's start with the grip. I use that grip. I put the left hand on the top of the club. I take this finger apart. I take those 4 fingers from the right hand inside. And then I put this one in the middle of the club. And then I put that one down the shaft a little bit. That will make me using the wrist a little less. All right? This is the one I use. Other people, for example, are using the baseball grip. That means both hands separate. Some people are using the normal grip, which is the one we're calling the overlapping. And other people are using the left-handed cross, that way. But I have to tell you one thing. The most important is to feel comfortable. So it's no matter which one you're using, make sure you are comfortable over the ball.
Here is my putter grip again, my normal reverse overlapping grip. The left hand goes on top of the club. Fold the finger on the right hand under the shaft and put your right thumb on top of the shaft and the index finger to the side. Most important, you must feel comfortable over the ball.
Let me show you my personal setup. Let's start with the ball position. I put it straight to the left heel. Usually I have my feet a little bit open compared to the line of the hole. I move my hands a little bit forward to the left pocket. And also, if you notice, I raise the toe of the putter a little higher. The reason for that is just because I feel comfortable, that's all. Also, I try to make sure that my eyes, my head, is on the top of the ball. This way. That will help me on the takeaway and also on the follow-through. And also, the weight, it should be in the middle of both feet. And also I try to put a little bit more weight on the left side to lock my stance. That will help me from moving on the takeaway and also on the follow-through. Remember, when you have the head over the ball, don't change the direction of the eyes. You can have the eyes a little bit too much that way or the other way around. Make sure you keep the line straight at the hole. All right? Let's try and have a look.
Apply the ball of my left heel with an open stance. My hands slightly ahead of the ball and with my weight a little more on my left side. But whatever you do, make sure you have your eyes directly over the ball at rest.
But first of all, let's find the sweet spot in the putter. This is my putter. Looks like that the sweet spot is right here in the middle, that most people believe, but it's not. To find out that, we have to pick up a ball and try to hit in the middle of the place that we think is the sweet spot, let's find out. In this case, as you can see, the putter is moving. So that means there's not the sweet spot. It has to be a little bit more back. Let's try back. As you can see, the putter is keeping in balance. There's the sweet spot. That's an important thing. Now, let's try from 6 foot. One thing that we have to be aware is that on the takeaway, the length on the takeaway, it has to be the same as it is on the follow-through. All right? And also, another important thing is that on this situation, make sure that the takeaway also is straight back and straight forward. Let's try and see what happens. Now let's try 15-foot putt from the hole. We have to change a couple of things. One is that on the takeaway, the club goes a little bit more inside to square to inside on the follow-through. And then also we have to change the length on the takeaway and on the follow-through too. By doing that, we will find the right distance. Let's try.
Remember, the putter goes back and follow through on the inside with this stroke.
Now we have a 30-foot putt, but we have to change one more thing. In this case, because the length, we have to use the wrist a little bit more to get the distance, all right? So instead of going everything in one piece, we will have to use the wrist a little bit more, like that. And also we have to remember, the line is important, but the length of the putter is more important. Let's have a try. Not too bad from here. But remember, if you want to become a good putter, you have to practice. Let me show you how I do it. First of all, I pick up a short distance, about 4 feet. Also, I have a bunch of balls. And I start practicing and concentrate on a couple of things. One, I try to make sure that I have a stiff wrist all the time, and also I try to concentrate on the length of the takeaway and on the length of the follow-through. So after I hit a few balls and I have the right feeling, I keep moving into 15 feet, 25 feet, and 35 feet so, and everything is the same. Remember, you have to practice if you want to become a great putter. Well, this is what happens if you don't read the greens properly. I'm going to show you how. First of all, I stay behind the ball, I bend myself, and I have to think what is going to be the speed. After I know that, I take a look and I say, well, from here it looks like a 7 break, 7 inches. Then I walk on the side and I take another look if I can see any ridge or anything that can affect the direction of the ball. Then I look again from behind the hole, and it tells me that I'm right. Next, I look one more time from the other side to see if something is on the line. After that, I go back to the original position. I take another look. I concentrate on the speed. Then I think positive. And I hit it. Not too bad.
You have to be able to read the break if you ever hope to be a good putter. But by studying the line and with practice, you will be able to make putts like this one.
So remember, play for the break like I did during the British Open.
A putt that will swing from right to left,